Bluetooth connected. I made us a home from what was once a prison. So if you share my vision, thank me, dear, for paradise. And in the hour of joy, don't bite the hand that feeds you, child. Or do I have to fix you? 'Cause once I do, you'll never die. I can make you better. I can make you right. Maybe now you'll see the reason from the wrong side out. I gave us some life, some reanimation, but you brought another to my equation. So shall we see what you look like? I can make you better. I can make you right. What's up, River? Can't burn down all that we are. Turn around, this is the start of my immortal perfection, and I'm your God. I can make you better. I can make you right. Maybe now you'll see the reason from the wrong side out. Wrong side out. You together. And you'll get lost in the white. Maybe now you'll feel freedom from the wrong side out. Wrong side out. Wrong side out. Tell me who I am, don't put me in the box. I'll be good, I'll be good. Tell me who I am, don't put me in the box. I'll be good, I'll be good. Ships on mirror the waves of scamming, barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and rain. Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, brave and soar over new frontiers. Sons and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears. Vows of favor or the thrill of plunder, pull together for the hand and king. Like a crash of thunder bound within. The echoes of eternity. Allah calling me to pluck the strings of destiny. Allah calling me. Allah calling me. Sails are swaying on the crimson rivers, blood and glory in the white-chain trail. It's a shatter as a splintered timbers, iron and steel. Fires are rising and the bells are ringing. Glory takes us into olden song. Golden glimmer and the sound of singing as the dawn. The echoes of eternity. Set me free. And the waves will carry me. Wind and the waves will set me free. The echoes of eternity. Allah calling me to look the strings of destiny. Allah calling me. Allah calling me.
Shop your new mattress your way at Ashley. Browse our wide selection online from the comfort of your home, or come in and see what feels good at one of our convenient.
The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones. The seas be ours, and by the powers where we will we roam. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Now some have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea. With their keys to the gates Tell the devil to earth, relate to free, let's free. Yo, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo, all together, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. River, if you're talking about wanting to draw on like real paper that comic books are drawn on, you want to find some Bristol board. Hear its sepulchral tone. We call to this is what I use. It's just sold at my local arts and crafts store. It just comes in a big pad that just has it in there. Really nice, sturdy stuff. That's what I use. Just any kind of Bristol board. I like smooth, but there's a rough surface. Thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo, all together, hoist the colors high. Thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yeah, Bristol board is the way to go. But that's if you want to draw nice drawings on nice paper, you know, rather than like just printer paper.
Oh, you found it. What a relief. Thanks, Gecko.
Geico works hard to find you the right home insurance. And I'm here working hard for you too.
Anything else down there?
Nah, just this old crisp.
Oh.
Too slow. It feels good to find what you're missing.
Ugh.
It feels good to Geico.
With yearly Perfecto Quantum, one injection at your vet protects against fleas and ticks for 360.
Rising up. Chances. With the distance now, I'm back on my feet. Just a man to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You can't jump passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's deep. I have died on this
Yeah, Patrick, I dig this song. It's inspiring. I don't know. It makes me feel kind of excited. Kenzie Parks, hello. Sheldon, what's up? What's up, Jerry? Yeah, Sheldon. So in the book, the two lead guys, the guy and the girl, they're facing off against the ninja, but then they look behind them and see that these four guys have shown up. So not only do they have to fight the ninja guy, but they have these four guys to contend with as well. So to have the superheroic story introduction of these bad guys, I'm going to have a big splash page of them just there looking badass. At least in theory, if I draw it right. Sheldon, you didn't go outside once today? I am jealous. Sheldon, I actually really like those. I've only seen the first one so far, but that video you did on the Fathom books and showing the differences in them, you pointed out some stuff I didn't even know about. It makes me wonder which ones of those I actually have. Yeah, I saw that you were saying you saw some artwork you hadn't seen before. Pages where they just eliminate characters completely. But boy, is Michael Turner good. Or, well, you know, he was. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch the second one, but I did watch the first one.
Packed weekend. Rugged trucks built to handle every adventure.
Guess what?
What?
Black Forest gummies are
Organic.
No way, really?
I know, right? Because they taste so good.
wow.
Black Forest organic gummy.
Excessive Force Street Edition soundtrack. Hell yeah. This is Excessive Force. Street Edition would be a cool title for any behind the scenes. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, when a woman stares at you standing like that, you're either in for a really good time or a really bad time. Jerry, I kind of have an idea, and I've had it for a long time, for kind of a Spawn-ish character. I don't really have anything to say in terms of like a parody version, really. Or at least, I mean, when I do parody versions, it's not exclusively for jokes. Like this book, it's got jokes and stupid humor in it, but I'm also trying to make a somewhat of a sort of serious comic book. Not serious, but as serious as any of that 90s crap ever was. But in theory, done as egotistical as it is for me to say, done better. At least that's what I'm shooting for. But I do have a Spawn-ish concept that might show up in the backgrounds one of these days. We'll see.
When you walk
Yeah.
your dog like crazy,
You got a girl standing there like that in front of you. She's like,
just like yours.
get in the bedroom,
Like
take your pants off. I'm like, okay.
Links Up has been a very integral part to how we provide the best customer service.
Yeah, bend over. I'll be gentle this time. Jim Belushi and John Ritter, where the librarian woman turned out to be a dominatrix. No, I never did see that. I like that John Ritter guy. It's a real shame that he passed away from, I don't even remember what it was, but just one day he was gone. You know, I mean, I didn't see a lot of what John Ritter was in. Obviously, I know about Three's Company, and that show's kind of hard to rewatch on retrospect. It was kind of funny to me as a kid, but it's not really funny now. But you know what movie I really liked him in was Sling Blade. That whole movie was just blew me away when I watched it. I was like, holy shit, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And he was really good in that, but everyone was good in that. John Ritter was in Bad Santa. That's another one I've never seen. That's a Billy Bob Thornton one too, right? It never seemed interesting to me, so I never bothered to check it out. But maybe I need to. Only the first one you recommend? I didn't even know there was two. I've heard of one, but Sheldon, it's these guys. That's the big guy. He's there. And then when they teleport away, then, you know, there the four of them are. There's the big guy there.
Emergency. Action Plumbing to the rescue. Anytime, anywhere. Action Plumbing.
Shop your new mattress your way at Ashley. Browse our wide selection online from the comfort of your home, or come in.
Because, of course, the characters are... I think I got him in here somewhere. Oh, God, I'm bumping my camera. Sorry. Oh, there's those things. Yeah, okay, here we go. It's these guys. And these guys. And these guys. Yeah, well, I spent a lot of time just drawing these characters because I was trying to just get a handle on them and how I wanted them to look. Because I knew that they were going to be one of the main villain groups of the book, thus being the splash page where they all show up in this shot here. So, William Rice, what's up? Yeah, now this is not a cover. This is just the bad guys showing up and looking tough. God, you guys want to see something ancient that I was working on 20 years ago? This is old as hell. It's when Brian Michael Bendis was doing the Avengers, and I was trying to do a cool version of the Avengers team as it was at the time with Wolverine. I'm pretty sure Daredevil was in there, Spider-Man. I almost called him Nick Cage, Luke Cage, Spider-Woman, the Sentry. So that's like a rough version. Then I tried to do a cleaner version, and I even started inking it and just abandoned it. I sit here and keep thinking about trying to redraw this page now, but this was forever ago. It's probably even more than 20 years. Yeah, this was a long time ago. But yeah, I kind of dug this out. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that thing. Anyway. Yeah, that was 100% Quesada influence on the Daredevil. You got a sharp eye there, man.
Ever since my dermatologist recommended you start reading.
Positive affirmations help keep me grounded on and off the pitch. I am successful. I am talented. I am strong. I'm healing all areas of my life. Love, you're mine.
From our brightest whites to our biggest reds, everybody.
You don't have much of your stuff from long ago? I never throw anything away. The only time I did is when the bitch ex-wife started making me throw artwork away when our divorce was happening. You're going to save your stuff now for the next 20 years? There you go. So when you're, I'm not quite sure how old you are, but when you're in your 60s or 70s, you can look back and go, I hope I made some progress. I'll be 69 in 20 years. That is a really hard number to fathom being. I hope I make it that far, you know? Saboteur, we're the same age. There you go. It's getting old shit. Sucks. Getting old is for like old people. That's not me, right? This is some bullshit. Yeah, Saboteur, I'm feeling it all the time more and more. I'm just tired more. Just, at work, I've got this young guy working with me. He's like 22. And I find myself trying to keep up with him. And I'm like, I can't. I can't match his energy level. And I'm like, this sucks. Because I don't feel old in my head. But I feel it in my bones. Yeah, Saboteur, get to bed by 11 and be up by 5 a.m. That's roughly-ish what I do. And that sucks. Grant, what's up, my dude? Yeah, a couple times where you just come home from work and you more or less go to bed. I come home from work and almost every day I hit the bed and I take a nap. And it's an hour minimum and usually no longer than 2 hours, but that's still a chunk of time, So sometimes somewhere between an hour and 2 hours, I come home and I just need to sit down. I need to lay down and just rest. And I'm just like out. And then I get up and kind of piddle around and decide, like, do I need to make videos for the channel? Or do I have enough already, in the can that I can go and sit down and work on my comic? And then occasionally find time to, like, maintain my house and do all the other shit in life that needs to be done. And occasionally hang out with friends or go out on a date or something like that. But good Lord. No, I'm sure you're right, Sheldon. Doing something to be physically in better shape would 100% be to my benefit. And I've tried so many things. I'm trying to think of, I've tried so many different things. It's like, all right, what do I tackle next that I think I can actually be successful with? I don't know about that, Grant. I don't like hearing that. I understand the reality of it. Like, as you get older, as long as your mental abilities are kind of still there, you know? And then it's like, well, do you get any kind of like, do you end up getting like old, where you're old and your hands are shaky or something like that? Or do your eyes go? I think about that, but no, yeah, but you're right, Sheldon. You're correct. It sucks and it's hard, but you're right. Fuck. Yeah, Mello's right. Take your vitamins, fellas. Yeah, steak. Steak and eggs. It's good for you. Freaking lied to us forever. That food pyramid bullshit was such absolute lies.
What would you do if you were asked to give up your dreams for freedom?
What would you do?
If asked to make the ultimate sacrifice.
All right, this soldier has served his last mission. There's no more to get out of him.
Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. And if we don't all chip in, we'll never play that bill. Freedom isn't free. Now there's an empty thing. And if you don't throw in your buckle fight, who will? What would you do if someone told you to fight for freedom? Would you answer the call or run away like a little pussy? 'Cause the only reason that you're here is 'cause folks died for you in the past. So maybe now it's your turn to die kicking some ass. Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. And if we don't all chip in, we'll never pay that bill. Freedom isn't free. Feel the flow in your book open. Book open. Freedom calls a buckle fair.
Rest in peace, little homie, right? What is at the end of my pencil holder? I mean, I don't know what you mean. I've got the pencil, and then this is the little metal clasp thing that pinches it down on to hold on, but I've got the pencil, and I'm dropping it, and then the actual pencil holder. Concrete. Oh. Oh, I've hit my camera before. It's right there. You know?
Every time your dog eats,
fucking Jesus. But yeah, I'm touching the
we hit the pothole, I worried we'd be stranded for hours.
And our lives revolve around the pothole.
You know what also sucks, Concrete, is, I mean, I guess it might be a spoiler, but I don't think it's like a big deal. You probably already know. Like, they eliminated Janet Jackson from the story completely. She did not want to be in the movie, so she did not give them permission to have her likeness in the movie. So it's like Janet Jackson doesn't exist at all, which sucks because she's, as I understand, is kind of a huge part of his life. And they kind of set it up to be a sequel. And you kind of can't really tell the story of Michael Jackson without Janet. She was up there being a huge star, like huge. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, Mellow. I like La Bamba a lot. It's one of the saddest endings to a movie I've ever seen. That part where his brother sits there on the bridge and just screams his name to the sky as it then fades into a shot of him and his brother when they were younger running up a hill, more innocent times just playing. It's one of the saddest moments in a movie ever. Yeah, Concrete, it sucks. You know what's funny is LaToya Jackson is in it, and I honestly had to go, oh yeah, LaToya Jackson is a person that exists. I assume she's still alive. I completely 100% forgot about LaToya Jackson. Yeah, Mellow, that scene. It's so emotional. The way he died, the way his mom found out over the radio, and just that sad fucking song. And then his brother, who was a piece of shit for most of the movie, just screaming for his brother. Fade to a scene of him, you know, playing with his brother some years ago when things were just simpler. And then it just cuts back to playing La Bamba, doing the song that was his biggest hit. I'm like, oh, great movie, great editing, great ending, sad as shit. River, what TV film? I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking of musicians that died before their time. I want to see a Beatles one, Concrete. My mom loves the Beatles, and you can't like look at music history and omit probably the greatest musicians ever, the greatest musical group. I mean, you could argue whether who's bigger, like, you know, who's the biggest groups you could think of. People talk about Elvis, people talk about Michael Jackson, but I think the Beatles have to win. And I would love to see an honest story, like a movie narrative of who they were and kind of how they got together. And, you know, the whole part where John Lennon got together with that Looney Tune Yoko Ono and she started screeching into microphones. I didn't know about that, Concrete. That's news to me. That's fascinating. River, I don't know about that one. The Jackson 5, that I had no idea about it. And the thing I really like about these movies is, despite how accurate they may actually be, what I love is kind of like just bringing that music back out to the forefront. Like, I was never, honestly, a big fan of or cared about Queen, but I loved that movie, the Bohemian Rhapsody, and it kind of gave me a new understanding and a new respect. And then I did look into it. I'm like, yeah, they got a lot of things not right, but still, it made me appreciate them. And I started listening to some of their songs after that movie, like more consistently.
GLP-1 weight loss pill. Lose weight and keep it off with the new one.
I personally, I don't know that there's enough people that weren't doing it, but I would love to see one on Aerosmith. That's like my favorite rock band of all time. And just kind of love to see how they came together in the 70s and get that Steven Tyler out there and doing some of those songs, Sweet Emotion and Walk This Way and all that shit, all the way up to making the Pump album, which is like their best, in my humble opinion. I want to see an Aerosmith movie. I want to see the story of those guys. Endraven knows what he's listening to. Yeah, an Aerosmith movie would be sweet. When Aerosmith broke up for a bit, Joe Perry said his girlfriend had no idea he was even in a band. Really? I didn't know Joe Perry wrote the theme song to the Spider-Man animated. I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's awesome. You know, honestly, when I was younger, and I didn't know much, and social media didn't exist, and all you could get information was like, you know, news reports and stupid shows on TV and like newspapers and magazines. I kind of honestly kept confusing visually Steven Tyler and lead singer to Queen, whatever the fuck his name was, because it just skipped my mind. You know, oh my God. You're all laughing at me. But like the big mouth and the big mouthy, toothy kind of vocalist, I just kind of kept confusing Freddie Mercury, Jesus Christ, thank you, and Steven Tyler. Because again, I'm 10 years old. And a friend of ours, my older brother and I, a friend of ours gave us a cassette tape of the Aerosmith Pump album, and we just started listening to it. And what's funny to me is my older brother and I, we had the original Nintendo system. We had the original Mario Brothers game. And so what we would do is we would just periodically go into the basement, sit in the chairs where that TV is. We had a boom box with a cassette player in it, and we would play the Aerosmith Pump album and play Mario Brothers. So whenever that album fires up, I'm instantly a kid again, playing Mario Brothers, running through the dungeons, avoiding those flaming, like, swirly sticks and punching blocks and exploding them and collecting coins. It's just this crazy memory association for me of Mario Brothers and Aerosmith, because we just played that album over and over and over. And I actually kind of love that kind of memory association thing. Yeah, they both had really big mouths. Seems to work for their line of work, though. Yeah, I mean, Steven Tyler these days looks kind of like your weird hippie grandma, but he's still rocking it. Yeah, Concrete. You got memories like that associating songs? Yeah. Like there's a specific song that every time it pops up, it's not very often, but it was right in the middle of when I was at the worst part of my divorce with my wife, and I'm like, oh, that thing just suddenly it makes my stomach sink. But I end up having to listen to the entire thing. I just listen to it, even though it's just because it's such a locking me in on such a weird specific time. So, it's good and bad. But that Aerosmith one, just playing Mario Brothers, specifically the first song that I think the song is called Young Lust. Young Lust. Do, 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 do. Like, I would always like rewind that goddamn album. So it's right at the beginning. So whenever we turned on Mario Brothers, that Aerosmith Young Lust song comes on and we take off running and try to go beat the game. Oh, Ween biopic? I mean, there's probably an audience for it. It's not me. I don't know anything about him. Now I want to hear that Aerosmith. Yep. Just like that. And I'm off playing Mario Brothers right now. But I had the volume turned down and just listened to this. Yeah, Mario 3, and to a degree 2 were the games that let me know that I am not one to sit down and fight through these impossibly hard levels. I got through the first Mario game, especially when you discover where all the warp tunnels are. Like I beat it in a matter of, I don't know, 20 minutes without dying once one time. But some of those Mario levels got so hard, and I discovered I don't fucking care if I ever get through it. It's too. I don't want to have this hard challenge. I want to have fun. And when it's so hard to get through, it starts to piss me off. That being said, there was a time when I was younger where I could beat the Ninja Turtle Nintendo game, which is famously super hard. But that one I could do. That one I saw through to the end because I really like the turtles. Yeah, it just breaks you. I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to have fun. I just want to jump and punch and like I want there to be a little bit of a challenge, of course. But when there's like you're on a flying pirate ship and it's going up and down and it's forcing you to move along and there's cannons shooting at you and there's spinning fire things and there's jumping things and you're diving, dodging, dipping, diving, ducking. And it just gets to be so much that I'm like, I never saw the end of Mario 3, like on my own. It's like, nope, I can't do this. Yeah, Concrete. Turtles. It's all about. I mean, I know this is probably the same for everything, but it's kind of just pattern recognition and managing your turtles and using the shit ones first to preserve your good ones. And of course, the best one is Donatello because he has the longest reach. And then you keep going back and picking up, I don't know what it was actually technically called, but I always called it the scroll weapon where you'd shoot and it'd be this like curved arch that would just destroy everything. And so you just load up Donatello and then maybe Leonardo. So you keep going back and forth, collecting the same weapon over and over and over, and then get to the fucking Technodrome and just learn how to get through it. And if you're lucky, you can catch Shredder in a corner, because of course, one shot from Shredder, you're dead. But there was a time when I could do it every time I played it. And that only amounted to like 6 times total, because it was an investment of time. Because there's no like saving and starting where you left off kind of shit. But I could do it. I could beat the Turtles game. And that was it. That's my only video game like thing where I'm like, I used to be able to do that.
You know how Geico saves us 20% on home insurance? Geico is here with another
Sheldon, why is Mario Brothers 2 so different from the rest? What do you mean by that? I actually really liked Mario 2. I loved like the fun little song that plays when you start out and you're dropping down, and that just starts out with this fun song. You're running around picking up plants and shit, throwing them at things. But it did eventually get really hard. But let's see, Japan made the Mario Brothers sequel and knew it was harder than the original. Nintendo America said it would lose their audience, so they had them turn another game into Mario Brothers 2 for America. Really? I didn't know that. Mario 2 is hard enough. Like I said, I found it to be harder than the first one. And I don't think I ever saw the ending of Mario 2. Is there a lot of Mario 2 hate? I actually really enjoy it. It's fun. It kind of had all the cool things of the first one, but a lot more to do. You know, warp zones or whatever, when you open up a door and you go into like this negative zone and you're picking up extra shit, or you're digging under the ground and you're getting keys and shit. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I think I actually liked it better than Mario 3. Mario 3 was like the pinnacle of it all, and I recognize it with like, it suddenly felt like the original Mario, but just more advanced, like frog suits and penguin suits and the raccoon flying suit. Way fun, but just so hard. Now people like, it's a cycle of games. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Like the Star Wars prequels. I will say I like the Star Wars prequels, as shitty as they are, better than the sequels. God damn, was that a waste of money. And don't get me started on how Star Wars is dead and I don't even like it anymore. Like anytime I hear Star Wars, I'm like, fuck Star Wars. I am so sick of it. I will always love the originals, but I am done with Star Wars. It is dead. I don't care. Lightsabers are fucking stupid, and videos of people like going out in the forest and filming themselves doing lightsaber battles is fucking stupid. It's dumb. I am over Star Wars. You will defend the prequels? You like them that much? Again, I do like them, and I kind of can watch them. There's a certain amount of kind of adult nostalgia for me. The original trilogy is like childhood nostalgia, but they're also objectively good. And the prequels were, it was like such a cultural milestone to go to the movies and see a new Star Wars movie, watching The Phantom Menace in the theater, like at the time, we thought it was kind of amazing. I think I saw it 5 or 6 times personally. My brother saw it 13 times in the theater. Kind of silly. And I think there's interesting and fun points in them all. And what I like best about the prequels is that they had a clear direction by a single creator, as opposed to the sequels, which they had no idea what they were doing. They're like, just do whatever. You know, make a movie and then we'll get somebody else to do the next one. We'll tell them just do whatever the hell they want. They didn't know what they were doing. It was kind of stupid. But yeah, and then all these TV shows, even the ones that people swear are good. Everyone says Andor is amazing, and I believe them. I believe that Andor is probably really good. I refuse to watch it because I'm fucking done with Star Wars. You know, I honestly liked Mandalorian, the first 2 seasons. I might go see the movie if I have nothing else to do. But season 3 was such a clusterfuck. But I like Mando, but the Acolyte and all these animated shows and all, like, I'm done. I'm out. But yeah, yeah, Star Wars. It's not even, I don't think they could save it. They've killed Star Wars. They've killed Star Trek. Apparently Doctor Who is dead too. I don't care about Doctor Who because I never watched it and I don't care, but I understand how much people love it. So just like, okay, I'm out. Thanks, guys. What can they possibly fuck up next? And you know what's wild? They have all these horrible sequels and movies of all these shows, all these franchises. And then sometimes you get really lucky, and out of the blue, 3 decades later comes a sequel to fucking Top Gun. And you come out of that movie going, that's one of the fucking coolest movies I've ever seen. They honored the character's legacy. They didn't make Maverick a raving pussy and get shown up by other people. He was the star. He was the hero. And it was awesome. I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. So sometimes you get really lucky and something comes along that's a sequel and they get it right. And it is really rare. Steven, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Jerry, that's fair too. Sometimes they gotta let it stop. Star Wars needs to go away for years and then come up with something brilliant and let it be a cultural thing again. But they're literally like, there needs to be constant Star Wars content. So TV show after TV show after TV show, whether it's live action or animated or whatever. They just never stop. And I can't stand it. Like, you guys are killing this stuff. No one has the balls to make anything new. Is the Gosling in a new Star Wars movie? Is that a thing? Like I said, I don't follow anything Star Wars anymore, so I don't even know. Star Wars Starfighter. I don't know. I don't know that Star Wars has enough ideas to be sustained before it just becomes another sci-fi fantasy thing. It used to be just a simple story of good versus evil, like hero farm boy fights evil bad guys, and they're clearly defined heroes and villains. But now it's like I hate how they even made the Jedi kind of like fools and bad guys. Not bad guys, but like they're the ones who screwed up and messed up. Like to me, the Jedis were always like they were the guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy. They were awesome. They were cool. And when we discovered about the Jedis in the first Star Wars, we found out that somehow some great evil came and slaughtered all the good warriors. So as a kid, for me, I'm like, oh my God, these awesome Jedi Knight, these warrior magician laser sword wielding badasses used to be everywhere, and some great evil come along and wiped them out. What the hell would that be, you know? And then the whole story became the Jedi, they screwed up and they became inwardly focused and they brought about the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Can't the good guys just be the good guys? Is that so hard to ask? If I got to do Star Wars, it would focus on Jedi and they would be good heroes, like Knights of the Round Table, like they're supposed to be.
Man with the whip, scene 12, take 44. Action!
Why did the door just go up? His hand is supposed to get dropped.
Who installed
Yeah, Wiley. Well, there's only 3 Star Wars movies, right?
You could have hurt my sons. That's why we have a stunt double.
There's 2 of them?
Yeah, Sheldon, that makes sense. They don't have the secondary market of DVDs and shit like that. So, well, here's the thing. Every movie doesn't have to cost $250 million. Like, scale it down. Stop focusing on extravagant, over-the-top spectacle and visuals and write a good fucking story with characters and have the adventure they go on and the people they meet and the conversations that they have be the driving force of why you care, so that when you do have a limited fight, you actually care and you're invested and it means something to you. But when it's just like it starts out with explosive space battle, and then it's explosive lightsaber fight, and then it's a pod race, and then they stop for 5 seconds to say stupid dialogue to each other, and then it's off into space, and it's giant robots stomping across a tundra. Like, stop with the spectacle and write a story and keep the budget small. Force them to have a small budget. Just say, hey, director, you can do a Star Wars movie, but you're on an $80 million budget. Go fuck yourself. Make it or don't. That's what you got. No name actors. Just get somebody new. Write a good story. Get somebody who's got some experience with life and stuff like that. And have it set on one planet. And have them go on an adventure somehow. Start small. Or if they do travel, which is fine, it's Star Wars, you know. Keep it simple. Have a spaceship and then just creating a 3D model of a ship and have it flying through space and zipping around and get stuck somewhere. Make it about the hero's journey, not the fucking laser sword fights. Like the Ewok movies. There we go. Rob, that sounds like a comic idea, what you just described. Lightsabers, and giant mech. Hell yeah. I love the Ewok movies, Steve. I know they're objectively terrible. I do not care. I love the Caravan of Courage and whatever the fuck the second one was called. I love them. And it's probably childhood, you know, connection. I loved them as a kid. And so I can't help but kind of love them as an adult. But that big giant monster at the end of the first one, that thing was, the effects on that were really well done. What do they call him? Gorak? He's this giant monster. He kind of looks like a Klingon. Just a giant 50-foot Klingon or however the hell tall he was. Yeah, it was all pretty good stuff. And they were kind of stupid, but I still liked them. I don't care. Gorak, something like that. Yeah, some big monster. I actually will admit though, with the second Ewoks movie, they just started it out and killed the parents and the older brother like within the first 5 minutes. Like the older brother was like the star of the show, and they just killed him. So the little girl Sindel could run off with Wicket and run into Wilford Brimley and fight some evil hag witch. I'm like, did they have to fucking kill him? That was unnecessarily brutal. Michael Jackson did a lot of music for Sonic 3, like Sonic 3 the video game. I did watch the Ewok cartoon when I was younger. It was kind of okay. Genesis game, a lot of melodies, and that became track. I didn't know that, Concrete. That's interesting. That makes me want to look that up. That's fascinating. You know what I just watched recently that I reiterate is so good is the freaking Never-Ending Story. Separate of the fact that they really went off track from the source material and the author of the book hated it. Separate of that Never-Ending Story, I'm like, that movie is awesome because it is dark and fucked up. And Artex, right? Oh yeah, Small Wonder. You're talking about She's a Small Wonder. But yeah, watching the fucking horse drown in mud, and as his kid owner is screaming for him to not give up, and it doesn't matter, he just drowns in mud. Yep, the swamps of sadness. And it sucks. Like, it's sad to think that the horse was getting so sad it just gave up and let himself sink and die. It's a horse. Like, they did not hold back. I remember as a kid, that fucked me up. But then again, so did everything in that movie, but I still loved it. I thought that the Southern Oracle, or the gates to the Southern Oracle, the big sphinxes, were ominous and scary as hell, and they had big giant stone boobs. And as a young kid, I'm like, should I be looking at these? And then the evil wolf thing, the Gamork, he was scary. And then, but just the concept of the nothing. It's just, how do you even describe what it was? It's literally nothing, and it wipes away everything until there's just literally nothing left. Yeah, Adam, the nothing. And then, like, towards the end, when Atreyu's on the beach, I describe it like invisible Langoliers. I don't know. How do you describe what the nothing is? I haven't read the book, but just the movie. But it's like everything's just dissolving and going away. And that's scary. But at the end, when Atreyu's on the beach and he runs into the rock biter, and the rock biter's he was such like a good-natured dude when you first met him at the beginning of the movie. And he's just so sad because he's like, they look like good, big, strong hands, don't they? He's like, I tried to hold on to my friends. The man with the snail, even the stupid bat, and like the nothing just sucked him out of his fingers. And he's so sad, he's just going to sit there and die. And it's like, as a kid, I didn't understand it, but I felt it. And then you get older and you start to get it. Like, man. Yeah, Adam, it's like being afraid of not existing. Yeah. It's the human hopes and dreams are dying, and therefore Fantasia vanishes. And then again, as a kid, when they find the ivory tower at the very end, and you go see the Empress, and as a young boy, that Empress, she was so beautiful and so sweet and kind to Atreyu. It's like she knew everything. Even though she's just a young kid, I was like, for lack of a better term, as a young kid, I was like, she's attractive, she's beautiful. You want to help her. And then she starts explaining how you have to have the human child who came on the adventure, and she literally looks at the camera and begs him to call out her name and save them. And the girl was a great actress. Like, she's crying, she's emotional. I was like, holy shit. As a kid, it was heavy. And I think it holds up. Yeah. Oh, and the name, Steven, Moonchild, I didn't know what the hell he yelled for years, for decades, until I got it on something where I could turn on the subtitles, and it said, so I never knew what she said. I wonder how many people actually did, because he screams it into the rainstorm. Now that I know what it is, I can hear it, but I didn't know that name ever for years. And once I learned it, I'm like, oh my God, he said Moonchild. Okay. Yeah, Stephen Moon. That is exactly what she. Oh my God. I was like, what? Jerry, the Neverending Story, one of the few franchises that haven't been completely damaged. Well, I mean, they had the one good movie, and they had at least one, maybe two sequels that were fucking horrible. I keep hearing they're talking about remaking it, and I'm on board with it if they do it right. Sheldon, it's like when people fall into the law of familiarity and lose their creativity, drive, and curious wonder. Yeah. It's like retain that childlike interest and hope and dream and be creative. And hell, we're all sitting here making comics, so we're keeping some fantasy world alive, right? Or I'm just a grown-ass old man drawing comic books that should be for kids. It's one way or the other. Either way, I'm fine with it. I'm going to keep doing it. Girl, before I met you, I was... Your love made me a prisoner. Yeah, my heart's been doing time. Spin me up and like my... We're keeping the light on. Someone has to. I love that. You know what? That's I don't that kind of hits me, Steven. I really like the way that sounds. I mean, I've heard that phrase before. That feels like that should be the tagline to our comic company. We should all create a collective comic book company, and the tagline is, we're keeping the light on. Someone has to. Can't sleep. Right, Sheldon? Right? I'm actually going to screenshot that. I want to remember that. If we let this art form die, you know, who knows where it'll end up. So we'll keep it going. I'll be the guy drawing a guy with cybernetic robo-dicks on the side of his head. I think I need to wrap it up. Again, once again. But I got kind of done what I wanted to. This, because now next time I draw, I can light box this and then start inking this. He's hard of hearing. Oh, I got to put that joke in the book. Because in the book, like, she makes fun of him. He doesn't see them as robot dicks, but she's absolutely aware of it. She's like, dude, you're so stupid. I should have her make fun of that. Or somebody, this team of bad guys that show up, maybe one of them will make fun of it. And that's going to piss off our hero. He's hard of hearing. That's funny, dude. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night, y'all. So once again, everybody, thank you so much for showing up and being around and chit-chatting and keeping me company. Mr. River, Mr. Jerry, Mr. Steven, Mr. Sheldon, Mr. Adam. Appreciate all you guys. I really, really do. And I'll catch you next time.